Hello,
Yes.
testing. Are we good to go? Yep, we're getting the nod and the thumbs up. So, welcome everybody. This is Marty Storty along with my co pilot Joe Yakubian. And we're here to give you the action today as the St. Mary's College Gaels take on the Arizona Wildcats in the second round of the playoffs here for USA. The semifinal slot is on the line with these two teams today, who will play the winner of Cal BYU, also going on today. So St. Mary's was able to take advantage of an early season victory over Arizona, but since then Arizona has really started to play some much better rugby. Joe, what are your thoughts on today's match and Arizona's?
Thank you, Marty. Great to be in the box with you as always. I believe for the last time this semester, the last home game here for Wales. Thank you all for tuning in this spring, last fall to support the Gales. Get right back to the action here in just a moment. Fantastic as the national anthem brings round St Mary's Stadium for the last time this semester. Rugby close out their home fixtures here against Arizona. And Marty, just to touch on a couple of things that you went over there in the beginning. Yes, it is the second time that I've met January with St Mary's winning 68-15, and that was a surprise, certainly for us two up in the box, knowing that how close their regular fixture was during the 2025 there. However, since that game, if you look at Arizona's track record, specifically a game they just under a month after the game loss, they took Cal. They gave Cal a thriller of a game down in Tucson, losing narrowly 57-51, effectively going score for score with the Bears for that whole match. So if you want to look at where Arizona are trending and how they'll be feeling camp, they will be right up for this one. They will have flushed the previous result and they'll look at this as a fresh opportunity, which it is, and it's also playoff rugby. And Marty, obviously, both these are desperate for a rematch against Cal next week. The winner of Cal BYU is who winner of this game will face the next round. Just how important is it for these guys, for both, to stay absolutely focused on the task at hand today and not let any thoughts back start.
Yeah, I would think both teams will need to focus on these next 80 minutes, as anybody that starts thinking about next week is going to lose a little bit of focus. These rugby players out here are a pretty high caliber and high quality, and any lack of focus on either side wouldn't have a very positive result.
As Ollie Klein kicked it off, and a fantastic start for the Gaels. Pinpoint kick as they are bundled into touch by Dominic Stagg. Gives the Gaels early possession here when line out.
Yeah, it was an excellent kick by Oliver Klein right on the sideline. Their wing grabbed it, was immediately hit, taken out of bounds, giving St. Mary's possession of the ball inside the 20-yard line.
Gaels in the 22 here. Apologies here. We're just working through a couple of technical difficulties. G. Pappas getting the nod at fly half today. Carries in. Yaliofa. Very close and bundled into touch.
Yeah, that time the St. Mary's attack, a couple of really nice positive phases. Atalaya with a nice strong-legged run there to set up some of those positive outcomes. Unfortunately, as they try to go wide, Arizona's defense did the same thing St. Mary's did earlier in this, just a few moments ago, was able to push St. Mary's out of bounds, giving Arizona their line out.
Arizona feeding in. They'll want to execute their exit here, you would think. They go marching. I'll start briefly taking you through Arizona's a front row of Isaac Morrill, Dalton Slaughter at the props of Henry Langerish in at hooker, Chris Ross, Andreas Anderson, second row, Jacob Jaffe, charge down there from St. Mary's. They turn that over.
Nice block kick, and it looks like Arizona is able to regain possession. Tough to see from over here, but it was a nice kick of the block kick there by St. Mary's, putting a lot of pressure on Arizona. Their exit right now is not a positive one from their perspective. St. Mary's possession again with the line out inside the 22, and we'll see if they can't regulate their attack. Maybe a little too far to do the driving maul all the way through, but typically what they'll team to do is they'll try to maul it down a little bit, commit those other forwards before they get it out wide.
They do very well, and it's a nice play. Goldstone version, super important for St. Mary's today. They'll want to get as many points per 22 entry as possible. See the forwards rumble here. The backs are poised, and you see Sialiofa just stretching all the way out to this right wing. He's not going to be needed. First try to the Gaels. Looks like Atalaya taking the credit.
Benny Hatch was pretty excited, and looked like John Wilson was right there as well. Not sure exactly who gets credit for dotting it down for the first try of the day for St. Mary's, but a well-conceived little play there. They, instead of the clean catch where you drive the maul, they did a nice little inside pass. I think that was John Wilson on that gap right in between the line. Well defended by Arizona, made a couple of tackles, and then again you saw just a foot away from the try line, St. Mary's eventually punching it over and dotting it down for a try. So pretty good effort there by the forward, St. Mary's, really, really pushing that ball and ending up with a nice try.
Yeah, great start from the Gaels, just what they will be looking for, or will have been looking for during the week. Ollie Klein steps up for his first of the day. Does so often. Splits the uprights, brings the score to 7-0 to the Gaels. just before Arizona kick off. Let me finish the Arizona lineup. 6 and 7 of Jacob Jaffe and Tanner Damassa with 8 Kemp at 8 man. Connor McIsaac at 9. Zach Gerstle at 10. With Brody Johnson at 12. Nick Morgan at 13. A back three of Matthew Berenger, captain throwback. Ethan Helm at 14. Jake Schumacher, who was a handful last time, at number 11. Watch out for the wing players on both today. Stefa Toyaval, Gali Ofa, Jake Schumacher, who missed last fixture in January with late injury. He'll be raring to go here. Zona with a nice line out. Throw by Langrish. That's number 13, I believe it is. Also a handful last time. Play out to Langrish again. Line from half day. We'll take you through the St. Mary's lineup in just a moment. It's not good as Arizona get an early. Nice play from the fly half. I believe they're still under advantage here. So ball for the Wildcats. Genuine effort from JT to get the ball. Unlucky. We'll come back for the penalty here.
Waiting for the referee. Oh, no wrap tackle by St. Mary's. Referee saw that early. Arizona had advantage, unable to take that ball past the line of advantage, and now they're back to the penalty where it looked like Arizona's going to kick for touch and try the line out.
Finder in 22. If I can take you through the Gaels pack. John Wilson, John Henry Rouse propping, Nate Deegan at 2, Brian McKeon, Joseph Broughton in the second row, Matt Abbas, welcome back, Atalia Tengi at flanker, Benny Hatt. 8. Well spoiled from the Gaels as Arizona knocked that one on. We'll give the Gaels scrum just side for 20.
Yeah, and knock on in that little maul they were trying to do. Arizona knocked the ball on. St. Mary's now with a scrum. We'll see how the first scrum of the day is, see if they can have a solid platform for their possession. And it looks like, trying to read Arizona's defense, they're bringing their fly half and 2 centers up. And St. Mary's look like they're going left with their back line. They still keep Ciali over here to the right to commit that opposite wing from Arizona. So we'll see how St. Mary's attacked off this platform.
9 mess about. He'll launch it downfield. The Gerstle. The Berenger. Nice feet from the 14. Met well though by a Gael defender. Tell you what. Nice play, well captured. Galley. Oh, could be trouble there. We're okay. Did give in. Ollie Klein. Or Judge Galley. Anything malicious. He just got under his opposite number there. Did unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that touch judge that was right in front of him. We'll see if saw Ciali looked like a regular tackle, but then lifted up the hips above horizontal and was able to put him down. Now the referee asking for him. We'll see if he reaches in his pocket or if just
early on, fairly harmful. Well, it would be a warning. So as into the pocket, Gaels will be playing man down for the next 10 minutes.
And not exactly what St. Mary's wanted to go down a man here for 10 minutes. We're just inside 10 minutes of the game. Arizona now has the opportunity to kick the touch here.
St. Mary's backline. Ollie Klein at 9, Pappas at 10, centre pairing of Josiah Pongi and Dominic Stagg. Galiofa wearing 11 but playing on the right wing. Wearing 14, playing on the left wing. Go back. Arizona again, throw a nice line out and get their maul going. Well, so far. Advantage. Penalties already against Gaels. Chris man. Matt Abbas, unlucky. Try there from Schumacher. Nice play there from Arizona. Whatever package that was, they just ran. It's worked out nicely, and Marty, that's exactly what Arizona will be wanting. Just
Yeah, it was a nice little maul there by Arizona that was able to drive St. Mary's back a little bit. St. Mary's goes down, or in the referee's opinion, St. Mary's brought that maul down, gave advantage to Arizona right away. As soon as they saw that, they started attacking with the backs and went wide. St. Mary's playing without a wing on the right wing. Arizona saw that gap there, was able to get it wide to Schumacher, and he was able to run around the defense for St. Mary's and for the try, giving Arizona 5 points on the board with an opportunity for more here.
up. Good effort, I'll tell you. Is it going to be true? It is. So with a very nice kick, ties up the score. Real unfortunate for St. Mary's. They're getting that nice early try, 5 then later Arizona score. Hoping for whatsoever line gets find Molly Klein.
Yeah, St. Mary's looks like they've already had several penalties that they need to clean up because they can't continue to play strong defense, get penalized, and then expect Arizona not to advance, take advantage of that. So St. Mary's needs to clean up a little bit of the penalty and continue to play their defense.
Thank you for those of you tuning into the live stream, letting us know we're having some technical difficulties. Should be backwards. Just fine now. Athlea Tank. Has come back. I want to say he's called JT for the knock on it. This angle.
Yeah, I believe so. I think that Arizona is really taking advantage of St. Mary's man down. The St. Mary's is going to have to widen out their defense a little bit to cover that. That was a pretty wide skip pass out to the wing. JT just happened to be in a good position. Unfortunately, did knock that ball on, seen by the touch judge who communicated to the referee. Now we have Arizona's scrum right on their 22, and we'll see if they run the ball or if they try to kick for touch or territory.
No. Guys, ball.
Referee restarting that scrum. Not happy with either team following his Kate.
And guys, ball in. Try from the Gaels. Ball out, however. Oh, I'll tell you what. Using that numerical overlap well. tackle there for you, Val. Right. Believe time to time. Arizona start to build some phases. Yep. Nice little march up the field from Arizona, but a skill breakdown there at the base of the ruck led to a knock on, and Gaels will regain possession just right halfway. Let's see if back or split the back or right side here. Wow, both wings. Well, Nate, Yoni, Galiofa, sorry.
Yeah, Arizona looks like they're really trying to take advantage of that.
Hatch does well. That's really nice to beat one. Mario Starty has Yosefa. He's fast and he has support. He tries to beat him. Oh, big contact. Knocks it on. Gerstle goes down in a heap. Really nothing. Didn't see any forearm or anything from Yosefa there. So really is responsibility of the tackler to get him down safely and going in pretty high.
Yeah, you hear some of the fans from St. Mary's asking for a high tackle as he was up in JT's upper torso shoulder area, but it looked like JT was the one that delivered that blow there, even though it was pretty high. So we'll see what's happening. There seems to be a conversation right now with the referee and the Arizona player. Maybe that's the conversation they're having.
Up, off for a quick check. Yes.
It looks like it may be a blood sub. Looks like JT's getting addressed as well. Looks like he's got some blood on his face. You would expect a high tackle call, which is called by the referee, not to the degree where that player gets a yellow card. So Ollie will just quickly kick the ball to touch, giving St. Mary's a line out on the 5-meter line.
Up there, I believe, as Gerstle. I'm not back on the field. Then first keeper there. Gaels going. Gaels in. Try time for St. Mary's.
Yeah, that time I'm pretty sure it was Nate Deegan driving his legs, getting through. A lot of work by those forwards to drive Arizona back there, drive it across the line, and I'm pretty sure it was Nate Deegan that put that ball down. So good, powerful drive there. Don Henry Rouse, Don Battle, Nate Deegan with the recipient of those hard chargers. Brian McEwen, Matthew App, obviously in there pushing as well. Good sign for St. Mary's to be able to score with the man down. Looks like there's probably another 2 or 3 minutes before Ciale will join his teammates back on the field and make it 15 versus 15. So trainer's still looking at JT with some of the blood up in his face. Looks like Amanda's wiping it, taking care of him right now.
Line steps up. Nice kick. Very nice kick. Yes, you saw there number 22. Kick ball, Tom Manning with a big cheer as he came on the field. 23, I apologize. Lance Barker, so he's got some nice traveling support today for friends and family. Not sure how long he'll be on, if it is just going to be a blood sub Gerstle, but posted.
I want to say a blood sub get 10 minutes. Is that correct?
Leave for good ASS going through. This is as Dominic Bisag takes the ball well and class the exit. Well, past halfway, past the 10-meter. Touchy keeps going. Great exit.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Your goal is to get it up to the 50-meter line, if not a little bit further, depending on the angle. That time, Dom really put his leg into that and really putting Arizona back on defense again. Beautiful exit by Dom.
Ball in. Score is 4-7 here as we approach the end of the first quarter of gameplay. Takes the ball nicely. There is Barker with the first touch, feeding it out.
Like there was a knock on there. Referee sees it.
Great field position for the Gaels. Let's see what they have got planned.
Yeah, Arizona really trying to get that ball out wide, take advantage of the numbers. Maybe that's a strategy they're going to use all day, but it really looks like they're trying to take advantage of St. Mary's with a man down. That time, just not able to execute, and the Arizona player knocked it on, giving St. Mary's possession. Like JT now on this side again, double duty with wings, playing left wing and right now. But given that attack side, making sure you widen out that defense from Arizona.
Line about the ball in. Give fifth years today. Brian McKeon, Broughton, Mario Doherty. This is the unofficial senior day for the Gaels. Not about their last winning this one. Trying to win 2 more this season as Benny Hatch goes off the left side. Oh, that's slick from TJ to Mario. Leg ball there. Keegan. John Wilson. Forward pass called referee.
I think the St. Mary's was playing advantage. Looked like referees calling a knock on against Arizona and identified that pass. I think Nate Deegan, a nice little pop pass. John Battle, referee, said that was forward, giving St. Mary's back no advantage gain back to the scrum of where that first knock on was, and a great sight seeing Ciali coming back onto the field, giving St. Mary's full slate 15 against 15.
Ten minutes to catch his breath. Minute to out the half. You'll get an opportunity right away. Let's see. Ollie Klein about to feed the ball in. Free kick, Arizona. Hell with the ref falling.
His shoulder, I don't know. He may not be happy with how St. Mary's was engaged there, or in the sequence of his cadence that St. Mary's obviously didn't do what he wanted. So
Little barrel bomb type kick there. Dorsey does well. Out the back. Jay. Henry Rouse. Diapongi. Mario Storti. Atalaya. He's fast. Let's see it. It's a lovely offload, and unfortunately just dropped it. But nice play there from St. Mary's. Ever so close, but just losing the ball at the last.
yeah, what a great run there by Atalaya. This beautiful gap, nice little sidestep by him, and then just tried a little backflip offload that just got knocked on by Ciali, as we see Dursty back on the field for Arizona. So hope he's okay. Looks like whatever he had got attended to. So Arizona back there starting 15.
Good and back on the field. He pretty much in the last game and so far today he's had a hand in Travers wide. Great. A good general out there. Let's see what he's got as he receives the ball. Actually, over his head. Schumacher clears up. Around the corner. All time. Unreal footwork. Just super footwork. Eventually tackled. It's nice from the Gaels. Really nice. Messing that ball up for Arizona. But yeah, Athalea grabs it. Ollie Klein. TJ Pappas. I wonder if he sees the face. He does. Oh, that is just magic. 50-22 from the man wearing number 10 today. Not his first St. Mary's jersey. His last. Throw the ball in.
Yeah, it looked like Atalaya had a great coach there. Had possession of the ball, popped it back to Ollie Klein, found a nice wide pass to TJ, and he was able to nice little driving kick, that really great bounce to get St. Mary's possession with 50-22. So that possession started behind the 50-meter line. So now what he's saying is that ball went back. So possession started with Atalaya in front of the 50. So Arizona will have the line out.
The right ball. Atalaya does pinch the ball. The ball is taken back. The right call. Still great field position for the Gaels. The Gerstels. Captured. Well met. Dominic side ball. Big tackle on Pappas. Referee, what's the call here?
Yeah, he saw the Arizona player come in from the side and just dive over that ruck. Not within the rules of rugby. Arizona number 5 looks like block. Andreas getting a little frisky there in the ruck, identified by the referee, giving St. Mary's possession. A great find of touch for Oliver Klein, giving St. Mary's a line out inside their 20.
Really nice kick. Out exactly where they are in the field, and they'll want to point here. Solid line out, but not grab. Not on. Just not quite there. Connection between the pod and the thrower, and then ball on as it comes down. This will give Arizona the ball back.
Yeah, St. Mary's, again, their possessions are being stifled by their own mistakes, and the knock-ons have been plentiful today. That's something they need to figure out. They also it seems like they played a little cleaner with the penalty game. Referee now Captain Arizona with a couple of their penalties, but St. Mary's be well served to start handling that ball like they can and starting to gain some momentum with their possession.
Here with from battle for both sides. It looks like it has rolled back towards St. Mary's.
Looked like that scrum went down. Not sure exactly. Just happened naturally. There was no penalty or free kick awarded to either team for that. Like Ollie Klein had a little trouble getting that ball out. If he'd have got it out cleaner, maybe they would have given him possession, but it was just too much time there in the referee's opinion. He blows it back up, giving Arizona the scrum again.
Very nice. TJ Pappas goes quickly. Why not? And there's just no way they were 10 meters back. Should be a free ball.
I haven't seen the referee give that indication yet. I agree with
Gaels rumbling up here. Looks like without penalty advantage. Here.
Like St. Mary's just got advantage.
It is. Check about it. Bank on him for with himself, but smart play. That here.
Yeah, a couple of players discussing their options, and St. Mary's choosing to go with a scrum. Their scrum's been pretty solid today, so hopefully they can maintain possession here. Now you've got backs on backs, and we'll see how St. Mary's is lining up. It looks like TJ looks stacked. Mario and JT are sliding out left. Bisag, Pasaya Pongi, and Ciali to the right. It looks like a typical V with TJ slot to the left now, no longer stacked.
For Benny Hatch, might just have a go himself. Atalaya loves a position like this. He's strong. Wow. Nice try from the number 7.
Yeah, great leg strength there by Atalaya. The Benny Hatch with a nice pick up and go out of the scrum was able to get some positive yardage. Anytime you get past that gain line, that defense has to back up just a little bit to get onside. Atalaya with a nice quick pick, very strong legged. A couple of Arizona defenders draped over him, didn't matter. Was able to drive it across and dot it down for the third try of the day for St. Mary.
Nice. Gives Ollie line. Nice easy chip kick. Over the post, brings for 21-7 with left first half. I think this is what we were expecting last time when these two teams met here in January. Nice, close, physical, evenly contested game. Tight scoreboard here. Arizona up here quickly to re-kick the ball off. And it's an unbelievable take and drop. Very, very close there.
Yeah, Nick Morgan with a great catch. That ball just went beyond Brian McEwen's hands when he was being lifted. So it just went a little bit beyond him, and it looked like Nick Morgan went up in the air and caught that ball. What a beautiful catch that was. Unfortunate to him when he went to go tuck the ball, he ends up dropping it, giving St. Mary's possession there on a turnover by Arizona.
Up Gaels. Get dash back. Outside. Careful not punt it straight into touch. You wouldn't be surprised if they tried something from here. With the Aliofa. Why not? Lightning. Unbelievable. A good tackle from Schumacher. Good contact there as Arizona tried to muck up the ruck. Flying up, but it's nice. Oh, yeah, really nice. Oh, unlucky from Atalaya. Nice play there from St. Mary's and bold. Try it from that close to their 22. almost works out for them, and they'll be pointed, giving the ball up, and a penalty advantage to Arizona. Oh, Ursula and Morgan trying to make something happen. Here comes the penalty. And Josefa Toyaval getting into it. It's been a bit chippy out there today. Not the first time we've seen a scuffle. Been the wingers instigating it.
Yeah, not sure how that started, but St. Mary's looked like they were penalized for not rolling away from the ruck quick enough. Arizona playing advantage, didn't gain advantage. They were going to go back to the penalty, and then it looked like there was a little conversation going on with JT and a couple of the Arizona players. At what point it looked like they must have been talking about the weather, those three, grabbing each other, letting them know.
And let me give you an update here as well. Whilst the referee and AR talk, news from the coast as Life Lindenwood 31-24. Navy take out Army 38-10. We have Navy and Life on the other side of the bracket who will be battling it out for spot in the final. California kicked off time against BYU as this game kicked off. Updated on the score there. Our best here as well. Referee having a chat with the captain.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a conversation a lot of referees have had with players that get into that kind of discussion. Again, just telling both teams to calm down a little bit. Nobody should get too out of control here, get the yellow card, and it's going to come all the way back to that not rolling away by the St. Mary's player in that ruck.
Missed touch. Nicely done. Oh, look at that banana. Go on, give us a bounce. Still a lovely kick from Ollie Klein. Massive boot. Berenger. Not bad either. Mario Storti. They're all offside. Go on. Yeah. Oh, he loves one of those. Nicely done from the captain. What a ball. Oh, please be good. And it is. Go on, Josefa. What a try. Surely. Yeah. Yeah. And that is just a lovely try there. Great
There'll
kick
be a
from
little
Dominic
conversation with the touch judge. Really close to that sideline. What a beautiful kick by Dom Bisag. Great catch by JT. And then bit of a drive back. Having a conversation to see if it was out of bounds or a try. Try given. What a beautiful effort there by JT. All started with a great kick by Dom Bisag. Caught on the fly. Well defended by Arizona. Looked like he was wrapped up there in a good twist and drive by JT and was able to dot it down for the fourth try of the day of St. Mary's after a bit of a conversation with the touch judge.
He had work to do, JT, didn't he? He had to catch the ball at full tilt and fight off that defender. The forward line does just there. Line sets up. This would put them 3 converted scores ahead, and if they could hold that going into half time, that would be a great position.
Yeah, this is a difficult kick on that sideline right by that berm. I know you've kicked quite a bit, and I did 100 years ago, and that kind of level is a really difficult thing to do.
Yeah, still, depending what side you're on for right or left footer. Good effort from Ollie, but just wide. 26-7, and apologies, trying to give you an update. Other game, West Calgary by you, did kick off at 12. Yeah. Cream. Ollie Klein here, setting up for another kick. Find the touch there. That good field position for Arizona.
Ollie Klein looks like he's trying to get the touch judge to say that ball was tipped by the blocker, and touch judge not hearing it, giving Arizona the line out here inside their 40-meter line. A great attack opportunity for Arizona has taken some of their forwards and put them in the back line.
So, almost but not quite. What a take from Sasaya Pongi, and he's got help. Give it to the speedster. A great effort. What a try.
Yeah, it looks like Arizona had something going there. I don't know if they had some gaps or some space around the corner, but just the ball mishandled, picked up by Sasaya, I think was the one that initially picked up that bouncing ball right between a couple of defenders and was able to run out of that tackle and create a little bit more space. Nice little pop out to JT, who drives it down, a little bit too much speed, strength for the Arizona defender, and was able to dot it down for the 5th try of the day for St. Mary's with what looks like to be about 2 minutes left in this first half.
Nice try. Fourth one as well. They would have taken the 26-7 going into halftime, no doubt. Now 31-7 kicks to follow. By the scoreboard clock, we should have time for one more play after this conversion. But we'll see the referee saying. Fine, not having to deal with the burn so much. Run up.
Plenty of leg. Looks like it just slid out to the right. So
Ollie will have time. Time again.
good exit right there, just past the 40-meter line. Arizona with possession here. Last time they've thrown deep. They've had a pretty solid line out. Looks like they've gotten possession most of the time. So their line out's pretty solid.
Nice platform for them and another nice goal.
That one, I think the side judge said that wasn't straight, but the referee said play on.
Desperate to get a score here before the half. Give them a bit more like chance the second half. Wrong, lots of rugby still left to play, but start get Gaels a little bit. Side ball white, not rolling.
Trying to find out somebody else from St. Mary's not rolling away. Looked like Atalaya had a clean coach there, but somebody else may not have been rolling away. Nice kick for touch by Arizona, giving them a much better position here to attack with their line out. Like I said, they've been pretty solid with their line out. Driven a little bit, haven't driven too much, but have been able to put St. Mary's on their heels a little bit and allowed that ball to get out cleanly. So we'll see what strategy they use on this line out.
Go. Nice line out. Oh, straight down though. Have a go himself. Ewan. Close to getting that ball. Well dealt with as Schumacher comes in on that nice late ball that he's run a couple of times today. In a hand. Ball here, the Wildcat. Fine, it's still fine. Going for a knock on. They're desperate for it, St. Mary's, but it's not going to be given. When either tier, depending who comes out on top. Oh. And it's another one of those blind balls. That's not going to work out. It's great defense, great read. Who was it? TJ Ollie Klein. Oh! Okay.
Yes. Playing with advantage looked like they were trying to get a little bit fancy there. I'm glad the referee identified no advantage gained because that would have been a huge mistake if advantage was gained and then they turned the ball over like that. But a good first half by St. Mary's. Again, they can eliminate the mistakes. That point margin will be a little bit wider. So look for them to have a good conversation over the halftime and get back to the way they play. But again, a good scoreboard outcome for them after the first half with the lead 31-7. We'll take some time off here, and we'll see you at the start of the second half. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the start of the second half with St. Mary's 31, Arizona 7. Arizona looks like they'll be kicking off, and we'll provide you with any substitutions that we see. Nothing stands out. Sione Ofa is on the field. Not sure who came off.
Go, Gerstle gets us underway. Yeah, Tony on the field. South sideline. Field. Uh, Great swap. Man for 8 man makes sense. Early penalty here for Wildcats. Poke it into the corner.
It looked like St. Mary's is called for not retreating. That box kick was made by Oliver Klein, and the referee saw a couple of the St. Mary's forwards, or maybe just one of them, not retreating and advancing, and that's a penalty. So they go back to where that ball's kicked, giving Arizona a great opportunity to start the second half.
All in. Sure what they will have spoken about at half time, but I'm sure one of the bullet points will come out. Start hot. Moraga on the board early and so here they're breaching. That's close, within 5 meters now, and an advantage. Big number one. It's a nice double tackle. Here to go into contact with the Arizona boys. Got good service from their scrum half, allowing them to do so. Up there. Back to that advantage.
Looks like they caught TJ there for not rolling away. I don't know if he went down attempting the poach or if he just wasn't able to get out of the way. That's a tough call sometimes when the defense is really holding you down, or excuse me, the offense not allowing you to get out. Referee having another conversation with St. Mary's captain. In those situations, they talk about repeated penalties, and eventually they'll give a yellow card, or some referees will give a yellow card for repeated penalties. And what they're saying is St. Mary's not able to get off out of the way.
Taking a quick tap there. Well, they're close. Never mind. Nice try there from Arizona. And it's close to the post as well. You'd think this would bring the score to 31. That looks a lot better for going into the half. Sure. Anderson, big number 5 with the try. First.
Yeah, that's a unfortunate penalty with St. Mary's. They ended up going for that box kick. Is an interesting decision when you're in that part of your field. Go for a box kick, and unfortunate for St. Mary's, they were penalized for not retreating, giving Arizona a great opportunity, which they took advantage of. It took several phases, so pretty good St. Mary's defense there, but aided by another penalty within that sequence, gave Arizona the opportunity, and they just kept punching at it. A couple of good hard runners from Arizona was able to get the ball past the gain line a couple of times, and in the end, the big lock was able to push it over and drive it down for their second try of the day.
You're just let you know that I'm dealing with a couple technical problems here. Should be able to hear Marty just fine. Possible.
Yeah, penalty there. The Arizona player is up in the air trying to catch that ball. St. Mary's wing looked like Ciali went low, and we'll see if they have another conversation. Ciali is now out for the rest of the day, given a red card for that second yellow card infraction. So St. Mary's is going to have to play the rest of the game today a man down, and we've seen Arizona take advantage of that situation a couple of times. So now St. Mary's is going to have to regroup and figure out how they're going to overcome playing with a man down here. Decent call by the official. Can't blame him for giving a yellow card there. Can't hit a player when he's in the air receiving a ball, and that's exactly what happened. Didn't look like it was malicious. Almost looked like he might have slipped, but you still can't have any contact with the guy in the air, which he did. Deserved a second yellow card, so he's out for the rest of the day.
Here.
Looks like a penalty. Arm angle looks like it's coming into the line out maybe, or undercutting the line out. But again, another St. Mary's mistake. Now Arizona has possession of the ball, their line out here just outside the 22-meter line. So again, these penalties are really hurting St. Mary.
And here. Here.
Sure why he's allowing that, but a nice exit kick there by Oliver Klein.
Nice kick. Ollie Klein.
Nice kick there by Ollie. Playing a little back and forth. Looks like Arizona's just going to go kick for touch. And if we talked about before, on any clearing touch to get to the midfield line is a positive outcome for them. St. Mary's now has possession of the ball just inside the 50-meter line. Playing a man down, we'll see what they're able to put together here. I think as we address some of the technical difficulties that we're having, we'll try to do our best to describe the action. Line out to St. Mary's.
Hello. Check.
Rightfully so. Arizona jumped a little bit early and into the tunnel. Referee identified that, now giving St. Mary's a free kick. Now this ball can't be kicked out of bounds and you retain possession. Free kick is you have to kick and tap and go. Or you can kick it out of bounds, but it'll be the other team's ball. So we'll see what St. Mary's does here.
No, testing, no. Good. I think we are good to go. Here, Marty Dorsey, that's all that matters. I think we're good here.
St. Mary's going backwards a little bit here. Pass hits the ground, back in it with possession. We'll see if they can't string a couple of these phases together here. Oliver Klein goes for the box kick.
Nice take there from Berenger. Oh, anyone's ball. Oh my. John Henry Rouse. says, I'll clean this up. Buy my guys some time. Oh, B-Sag. Nice play there, Brian McEwen.
The interesting way that Arizona steals that ball all the way back now. TJ with it.
TJ has a goal. Ball is live. Tackled. Done by TJ to get that ball back quickly. Sasaya Pongi, Atalaya. Matthew Abbas. Well done. John Wilson, nice tip ball to Nate Deegan as Ollie Klein has a crack now. Oh, give him some help, and B-Sag's there. Arizona player just watching that ball.
Yeah, referee sees it. He was in an offside position. Again, offsides.
Yoni, nice inside ball from Brian. And again, they love that little play. TJ, oh! No way. Unlucky from TJ. Just loses it going over the line.
There's some really good crash balls there. Nice running angles by a few of the St. Mary's guys. So excellent job. Was able to pinch at that Arizona defense quite often. And unfortunately right there at the end, not able to hold on to that ball just before he pushes it down, giving Arizona possession with their scrum on their 5-meter line. Great opportunity for St. Mary's there. Hopefully they can continue that momentum.
Ball goes in. Ace there, yeah. Gerstle sees it, gives it to Heim. That's a nicer angle. Not the man you want to kick it to. What's he got in store? Back the other way. And again. Yes, Mario and 14. There you go, John Henry Rouse. Way off his feet, should be fine for St. Mary's. Calling here.
Going back to the advantage with the Arizona player diving over the ruck. So he caught him on that opportunity here. No significant advantage gain given St. Mary's. Possession, kicks the ball into touch. Great opportunity here with their line out just outside the 5-meter line as one of the Arizona players is being attended to.
Here we go, approaching the 15-minute mark. 15 minutes down, nearly in the second half. Opportunity to call one in here, or we'll do with the back line. Try here would be good for the Gaels. Stop from Arizona would be a lot to them as well. As substitution made here. Number 1 leaves the field. Oral off field. Jack Kerrigan at number 17. Younger brother, I believe, of Gale class Joseph Kerrigan. Stands. That would make sense. Arizona with the penalty.
Looks like he's calling St. Mary's for crossing in front before that ball came down. It looked like he called one of the St. Mary's forwards for going in front too quickly, crossing in an offside position, giving Arizona a great opportunity here. Now Arizona kicks for touch just outside their 22. Looks like St. Mary's is the last couple of lineouts has been able to challenge that a little bit. Looks like they're going up with competition on the lineouts, and we'll see if they continue that trend.
Over the top. We saw this last time from 13, and he's gone straight through again, and pretty quick. And that's without trouble for Mario. I think not much he can do to get out of the way there. 13 is doing a good job making it look as cynical as possible. Yeah.
I'd have to see a replay of that one, but Mario getting the yellow card. Nice little chip over by the center. Mario did lower his shoulder there. Looks like the center is being attended to by the trainer. Referee thought that was malicious and giving Mario 10 minutes here in the sin bin. That's the third yellow card for St. Mary's.
Galley, Mario.
Fiale twice, so he's a red. He's out.
Hard. Just at the beginning of the from the
for the kickoff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, indeed. That makes the weight of this line out just a bit heavier because they'll be desperate to score here. Young Kerrigan talks to his hooker. They're driving really well, but I think stop. Much every St. Mary's defender in between one of the post protectors and the 50-meter line. Threat for Arizona out wide, however, unless they go there. Well, that's just slick. It had to be then, and the timing was just perfect as number 15. Berenger, the captain, gets them an important one. Kick to follow from Gerstel. Score is currently 31.
Yeah, you were wondering. They kept trying the pick and go early on, forward to forward, and those numbers are matched. And you're wondering why they aren't going out wide with a two-person advantage. And they finally did. A nice little pop pass out to the fullback. Had nobody in front of him, was able to dot it down for their third try of the day here.
Gerst. White come round, a nice strike. Score 31-9. So 2 converted tries from the Cats will get them ahead on the scoreboard. Not going to be so easy though. St. Mary's know exactly how important this game is. There is absolutely no time to switch off. Let's see how they go here. And Colin Donnelly on the field, I believe, means in his left field.
Yeah, I think it was Nate Deegan, John Henry Rouse, and Matthew Abbas. Looks like Kieran Tingen is in.
Kieran Tingen, Colin Donnelly, Jimenez, also the younger brother of a Gael from the class of 20, 22, Luis Jimenez, LJ. Here at St. Mary's. Get a penalty and they go quickly. Dominic Bisag.
So a little quick tap by Dom there, giving St. Mary's.
Colin Donnelly wearing number 16. Julian Jimenez, number 19. It's out to Pongy, and he's got help. Oh my goodness.
Oh. Looks like the referee is rewarding Arizona for a poach there. Not sure that was happening in real time, but Arizona obviously had hands in the ruck, popping that ball out at the end. Maybe not seen by the referee, or he determined that it was a penalty on St. Mary's first for not releasing.
Like it was Ethan Heim scrapping for that ball and doing just enough in the referee's eyes to earn that penalty, and it's a big one, although they've not relieved a ton of pressure, gotten it outside of 22. Ball's fed in. Great stick. Burstall in the pocket. You know what? If it bounces, JT. He's very good from this kind of position. Broken play. Defender scrambling. Engine with a nice carry. How many more goes the Gaels are going to get? 4. However, penalty advantage. Want to out here. Then, yep.
Yeah, similar to Ciale, not quite as dramatic. It's probably why the referee's not pulling a yellow card out like he did with the St. Mary's player that hit the wing when he was up in the air. Looks like St. Mary's here is going to try to go for points. I think that's a good strategy, one, to get another 3 points that'll take you up beyond the 2 converted tries, but it's also a great opportunity to waste another minute off the clock. So that yellow card can expire here pretty quick, and we can get Mario back on the field here and give St. Mary's only a 1-person disadvantage.
Ollie Klein. A tough angle. Got the distance. Back here. Really nice stroke. Easily got the leg. Oh, and he's just pushed it to the right. Unlucky.
Yeah, just a bit of a push there. But again, there's 2 goals here. One is to get points on the board, and the other is to get that clock moving so you can get at least to 1-person disadvantage. Arizona needing a 22 dropout. Yeah, it looked like the referee was stopping the clock so the ball can get on, and then hadn't restarted it.
.190 here, less than 20 minutes to go. First,
Oh, he was not seen by the referee. Good on Arizona. Referee has his back turned to you, and there's good 3 or 4 yards offside.
out to Atalaya. Look at the last man as well. I mean, that's just incredible work. Telly's played in the back line. Joey Brown, Colin Donnelly does well to support Sasaya Pongi. Getting valuable yards. Siona Ofa. Referee. Backwards is the call. Now coming back for it, Marty, as he had a word with the R.
I think he's seeing a knock on there by St. Mary's right there trying to ramble that ball. Unfortunate, again, mistakes by St. Mary's hurting the momentum. We had a dropped ball in contact that Arizona was able to kick through, and then our attempt to pick it up, we knocked the ball on. So again, mistakes really getting in the way of our momentum or St. Mary's momentum and the efforts they're trying to put some more points on the board here and hopefully come away with a victory after today. But they're going to have to really crack down on those mistakes and penalties. It's the theme of the day we see.
Schumacher straight through that seam. Both his Gerstle and his centres just doing enough to step out. Gerstle sees the space. Oh. Again, a nice package from Arizona. You look at the 3-4 phases, they've really got locked down. 22 kick.
Yeah, that's another example. St. Mary's without enough players to really stretch that field, and Arizona brilliantly taking advantage of that with a beautiful 50-22 kick, putting them right back in the danger zone here for the lineout. Really tough to defend the whole field when you're two people down. So St. Mary's really hoping to get that clock running and at least get one back.
Fresh leg. They've gone for it. Schumacher. JT has got eyes on it. Yeah, without advantage. A bold play from Arizona. Taking the ball away. Got Papis. It's onside. Everyone's on. Everyone, whether they were in front or not, onside. Gerstle goes back down to this edge. TJ does so well. Go on, Brian. Brian McEwen hunting down. 15 does just enough. Very well done. Not falling for any of that. Big capture. Fifth year, an important one. Jack Kerrigan.
Not sure about that call when a offensive player is diving to the ground, putting his head down to maintain possession. I don't know what else a defender can do. Unfortunately, it's seen by the referee as a high tackle, giving Arizona another penalty to kick to touch from. All right, looks like we got one guy back. Mario back on the field after a 10-minute rest. Referee explaining to Colin Donnelly what exactly he wants him to do.
Ball in, ball lost. Ollie Klein gets it back. Well done. From half. Getting into this one today.
So that ball was tapped down by Arizona. Oliver Klein picked it up, set a ruck. Brian McEwen passed it out. I'm not sure what they're talking about. I didn't see any foul play by Arizona.
Foul play either. I thought the knock on.
Maybe they saw something because the referee's going to have a conversation with the captain from Arizona. Looks Looks like he's talking about a player pushing a guy's head down, or with the two hands looked like he was pushing something down.
Nice area.
Yeah, again, not enough for a yellow card for that type of play. So St. Mary's looks like they'll kick for touch here. Try to attack from the line out.
Time. Point. Really look this one in. Clock is ticking here. 30 minutes left. Digging for that ball. John Battle Wilson. Attention. What do we have now, referee? Yes. Penalty.
Maybe not rolling away or coming in the side, but another penalty against Arizona. So St. Mary's looks like they're going to kick for touch and see if they can't do that same thing with the rolling line out. Try to maul that ball down. Had some good success the last time. So we'll see if St. Mary's is able to continue that. Kieran Tingen throwing the ball in. We'll see who they have jumping.
Attention over everyone, but it's ball. So found it. Found touch. Ollie Klein will go quickly. Mario. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. He's well rested after that period in the sin bin. How about that for a captain's moment? And to be expected, Arizona. Big scuffle there. You don't want to see any of that after the tries given.
Yeah, pretty obvious. St. Mary's is upset. Beautiful catch by Ollie Klein. Decided to go with a quick line out. Gives it to Mario. Mario with a great run, breaking a couple of tackles and sidestepping. A beautiful fend off to Oliver Klein, who goes in for the try. But after that pass, looked like the fullback from Arizona picked Mario up, similar to what we saw with Ciali. Mario's hips above the horizontal, and he drives him into the ground. That's seen by John Wilson and several other who came in there. We'll see if the referees saw that dangerous play by the Arizona player and to see if they'll give him a yellow card. It may go undetected because it might have been behind the official's back, but you saw it clear as day here that after that beautiful pop pass back into Ollie Klein, Mario was lifted up, hips above horizontal, and slammed back down to the ground by the Arizona player. We'll see if that dangerous play is identified and seen by the touch judges.
Hope the game, very similar issue to earlier in the match. Yellow card was out. Card with 15 now.
I didn't think it was the prop. I thought it was a back. Not sure which back it was. Maybe if
10.
Number 10 was the one. Looked like his hips were up high, though, weren't they?
Yep, very high. The head. What have I just... Yellow or red?
It looks like he gave him a red. I didn't think it was the prop that did it. Not sure why the tight head is. Dalton Slaughter is the one that's being disciplined for that. Unless he did something else that we're unaware of. But it looked like the referee signaled the hips up, which is an accurate call there. But I just didn't think that prop was the guy that did it. So maybe the official saw something we didn't. Either way, it's a sixth try of the day by St. Mary's, giving them a 38, well converted there by Oliver Klein, giving St. Mary's 38 to Arizona's 19. And what we are playing with now is even, 14 and 14. Both teams received red cards. St. Mary's, Ciali with 2 yellows.
And any involved man sent off, especially the referee indicating the red card was for a tip tackle. That was certainly number 10 who committed the offence. Bristol, who's today, will remain on the field. Very important. Well, Behringer.
Yeah, that's a much better kick right there by Oliver Klein instead of what you saw earlier in the half when he kicked that box kick and St. Mary's didn't retreat. That time he put a good boot on it, and that really, I don't know if it confused, it put Mateo under some pressure, and he made the mistake of dropping that ball out of bounds, giving St. Mary's the line out.
Then, Rafi, Colin Donnelly takes it. Atalaya, Pongi. Tension. Glenn Jimenez. Well there.
Entering from the side, St. Mary's, great opportunity, great momentum right there. Another silly penalty. Looked like they had possession. Good exit kick right there, giving Arizona a line out just on the other side of the 50-meter line. Looks like Arizona making a substitution. Like Andreas Anderson is going off the field. A lot of hard work done by him today.
Board. Then, again from Arizona, out to Gerstow. For 12. Johnson. Knock on from Arizona.
I think that was Mateo standing in at fly half. Again, a knock on by Mateo. Not a couple of good sequences from the captain of Arizona as they make another substitution. But I'm not sure if looks like the tight head prop was the one given the red card. So what you can do is substitute in a prop and bring out another player, which I think they did. Arizona, they had to bring in a prop anyway for the scrummaging. So they've taken out, I believe, Jacob Jaffe. So Arizona with a full front row here.
Position there, playing without an 8-man in the scrum. Goyaval. Gaels offside. Nice play from Pappas. Really nice. Backward.
Yeah, referee saw it. That Arizona player easily 4 or 5 yards offsides. I don't know if that was relayed in by the touch judge, but again, the center ref can't see everything, had his back to that play, but seen by the touch judge there, obvious offsides, and now they're going to look. St. Mary's looks like they're having a conversation.
Point buffer. 3-pointer here takes it to a 22-point buffer. 3 converted scores for Arizona. Regain the lead. 5 minutes left. Hard ball back from.
Yeah, this will do this. If this kick is successful, it does 2 things. It takes another minute off the board, only giving Arizona 5 minutes remaining in the game to come back. If he slots it through, again, that takes to 4 scores. Arizona's going to have to score 4 times within 5 minutes to come back and win this game. St. Mary's will play the slowdown game. But this is, we find St. Mary's here being a little bit creative and dynamic, even when the scoreboard's in their favor this dramatically. And you'll see some pretty wild plays. You're wondering what's going to happen. And their motto is they're going to play as hard as they can for every minute.
Klein makes no mistake. Score will now be 41.
I think it is.
Yeah, 40. Less than 5 minutes to go.
8:41.
Yeah.
There. I was testing my math skills there for a second.
Kicked off.
St. Mary's with advantage here. Looks like Arizona knocked it on.
Diapongi. Right, like always. On after take. Aaron first. 9. Oh. Pappas. Bad option if we get a nice chase on here. Get back. Ball. 9. Worked out time today. That pop off the shoulder. Heim does nice to Berenger. I think that ball's out. Sione Ofa. Defatoya Val. Not going to catch him. There he goes. In for the try. Sione Ofa doing well to see that ball pop out.
Yeah, I thought Colin Donnelly did a great job there. Almost had a poach, and the Arizona player had to come in there a little bit. It looked like coming in and cleared out that side because Colin was in a great position to poach. What ended up happening is that ball then floated out and was free to go. Sione was able to see that, pick it up, nice pop pass in, and then JT finished it. So great awareness by Sione Ofa there, right at the right time, was able to grab that ball and pop it out. Given St. Mary's dotting it down for the 7th try of the day was JT in dramatic fashion as he dives through the air. Oliver Klein successful in the conversion, giving St. Mary's 48 to Arizona 19. Under 2 minutes to go on the scoreboard. Official clock, obviously, on the official's watch.
And as we approach the closing moment here, Marty, I ask you this. Every time, any standouts today from either team, who would you vote for your man of the match?
Well, that's a tough one. You saw JT involved in a lot of stuff. Don Bisag did a great job.
Mario Storte, despite the yellow card, has been dynamic for the Gaels. Oh, he tries it. You know, you talk about, if I could throw a name into the hat, John Wilson, another 80-minute performance here. Having someone like that with their experience and their leadership be able to go the whole 80, it's huge for these Gaels.
Yeah, a little frustration on Arizona's part. Some discombobulated play right there. Ended up being a knock-on Arizona. Officials was just going to give a scrum, but then Arizona was mouthing off. That's that little puppet hand signal that by the referee, and he determined it was a penalty for St. Mary's. St. Mary's saying that's fine, we'll be good with the scrum, which is one of their options. So they chose
the scrum.
Chose the scrum here.
You'd think they might just boot this one out. No need to play any longer, especially not in a playoff game. Another try, any more minute isn't changed the outcome. Arizona. Oh, yeah. Not quite the execution there from St. Mary. Should have been game done and dusted. Comes Gerstle. Looking to take something for the road here. This will be the end of their season. Another fantastic season from the Wildcats. And I think one of those highlights. Running a good game today, but they'll be absolutely tough with their result against Cal Berkeley in February of this year. Lots of promise and lots to look forward to for that whole program when they resume the fall, whether that's for 7 or 15s as they get the ball in over the top. Julian Jimenez, give us a bounce. Oh, Gerstle, that's a nice play. It's a nice dummy. It's going to be a tricky pass, though, and it's a great tackle. Mario Storte got it out to Schumacher. Well, apologies for missing any of these Arizona substitutions. We are seeing Lucas Smith in at scrum half. Connor McIsaac played a great game. And that's all she wrote.
Yeah, unfortunately, you got a pretty bad injury here with inside center for Arizona. Brody Johnson seems to be on the ground. Just got a little awkward on that tackle. Hopefully he's okay. But St. Mary's finishes the day 48 to Arizona's 19. Again, they've got plenty to work on, though. They're, several players. I think Nate Deegan had a strong game. Matthew Abbas coming back from injury really gave that forward pack a boost. But they all played well. John Battle played well. It's tough to pick one out, especially in the pack, but Atalaya was around the ball all the time. So you see a lot of that positive play in the forward pack. Backs, Ollie Klein, I thought, had a spectacular day. Don Bisag did some great stuff, some great kicking. JT was in the right place at the right time, several opportunities. Mario, solid as ever. Some one-on-one tackles in open space, one of the most difficult things you can do in rugby, and he makes it look like it's super easy for him. So he had a lot of positive things as well. Again, it's tough to bring it down to individual players, but I will say as a whole, they have to play better next week. I would assume they're going to be playing Cal, and if they do, Cal can pounce on those mistakes. They have to nullify the mistakes made, knock-ons, offside, and then the other penalties. So St. Mary's has a lot to work on, a lot to get better at, and we're just hoping that they can pull it all out next week. And congratulations to Arizona. I know they've been a second-tier program for a lot of years here, really trying to fight to get themselves up with Cal and St. Mary's level. Just fallen short again this year, but battle-tested, right? They gave Cal a run for their money, a couple of strong games against St. Mary's. So you would think Arizona should be proud of their body of work and their efforts to try to jump to an upper level.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, Martin. Unfortunately, I think I'm dealing with a couple more technical issues, so just a couple words from me, and then I'll leave you to sign out. First of all, massive thank you to all the fans for all your support this season, to the players, coaches, everyone involved with Gael Rugby. Last home game here, but not done yet. So just a big thank you for everyone who makes it possible. And you're not wrong. Next week, I mean, you're going to California, most likely. Still not sure what the score is for the Cal BYU game. Most likely going to play Cal at Cal. I mean, I don't know if there's many more places in collegiate rugby that you want to go and knock off your hosts. Short turnaround here for St. Mary's. It's just a week away. And yeah, they'll definitely have a good film session tomorrow, identify what they need to work on. They'll also just have to, they will have to go back and watch their film, not only from this game, but when they played Cal, what needs to be done to get the result there. But that is all from me. Thank you again, and I'll send it over to you, Marty, to sign out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for everybody that helped with the production and the program all year long. I know Becky Harper does a great job with all that stuff, and she takes care of the program, and we're very fortunate to have her there. St. Mary's will be playing at Cal next week, and make sure if you're interested in going to that game, you get your tickets early. It's kind of a small venue that's a little bit wonky. They have players on opposite sides instead of the traditional same side that you have here in a proper stadium. So make sure that you get out there and get your tickets early, because that small venue does sell out. So again, congratulations to St. Mary's Rugby as we sign off here from Moraga, and their next opportunity is going to be at Berkeley, and then hopefully after that, competing for another national championship. So again, thanks for everybody that signed in and watched us, and we look forward to continuing this great rugby tradition we have.